Hi, everybody. My name is Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food with Keto, Carnivore, Carnivish, but most of you know that. If you're new here, here's a brief description of the people that we have in our barnyard. I don't know where I came up with that one. Anyway, we've got Goldilocks, and Goldilocks is not a diva, but she's a woman or a man that knows. I don't know any man that's going to be, feeling good about being called Goldilocks, but they feel good about where they're at and how they have their food. They're particular because they've done probably shrunk down the food choices they have to such a point that they like to have things the way that they like to have things. We're not like a pain in the ass in the restaurant or anything like that. We like our coffee a certain way, a certain temperature. We like our meats cooked at a certain temperature. We like, like for me, I heat up my plate at night that I put my meat and eggs on. Just little things that make a difference in our world of foods and how we like things. Of course, it spills over into other aspects of our life, but especially with foods like, my two favorite waters are San Pellegrino and the Gerol Stoller. It's the white bottle with the red, white, and blue label. Um, and so, and butters that I like, Kerrygold is my all-time go-to. I love my ghees. I get Fourth and Heart ghee. I've got a Vital Farms I haven't had yet. Um, I use the Kitu unsweetened non-dairy creamer, so I've got less dairy going in. I have my Pizza Pizza on Saturdays with less than a quarter of a cup of almond flour used in a double batch for Greg and me and the custodian at the police department that I give my leftover pieces to. And so pretty soon it will be no more almond flour, but I've got rather two big bags that I have to get through, so it'll take a while. And then I have Brussels sprouts only on Sunday. I know it sounds weird because we cook on the big green egg. I go to the Brazilian butchery for my meats on Friday, and now I'm spoiled. And there's just no burger from any other place. They ground the top sirloin burger, and I have no idea what the ratio is fat to meat. A lot of white in it. Suits me just fine. So that's the Goldilocks. We like things the way we like them. The NMWC is the No Matter What Club. And Blair Hobbs is our president of that. And he and his husband, John, have been the pillar of No Matter What Club, disciplined and structured men through this whole journey. He's been here a couple of years, I think, and they come from Canada, and he always talks about being pres of the NMWC. And the No Matter What Club is when you're going someplace and there's going to be num-nums there, especially this time of year, you're going to be continuing to be a member of the No Matter What Club. The No Matter What Club means that we don't partake, just this once, especially this time of year, because you're going to find out just this once every single darn day. So be a member of the No Matter What Club, and it will suit you just fine. Nobody ever went to bed after a party where they didn't partake in all of the standard American diet and say, gosh, I'm so sorry I didn't have one of everything that was there. Nobody goes to bed thinking that. They go to bed thinking, yes, I retained my membership in the No Matter What Club, and I can't wait to wake up tomorrow because I am building my momentum. A pickle is a former cucumber, meaning a former standard American diet person who ate everything and anything. And I used to say hoovered everything, but we don't really see a lot of hoovers out today. So they Dysoned everything, or they sharked everything in sight. And now, since going keto, carnivore, or carnivish, they've become a pickle. And a pickle can never, ever, ever, ever go back to being a cucumber again. Hence the pickles. The snowflakes are all of us. Each one of us is totally unique. I could have somebody that's the same age, the same sex, same weight, and they have, 2 pounds of beef a day. They only have salt and water. They don't have coffee. They don't have much less ghee or butter or coconut oil or brain octane in their coffee. They are just strict and disciplined. And that is their snowflake program. My snowflake program will always be different than everybody else's. So it's finding the N equals 1, which is what we are. We're a self-experiment. And so that's what a snowflake is, uniquely different. And you should be, right? If you follow what somebody else does, you could put on weight. Nobody wants to do that, right? And so that is the snowflake. The turtle, poor turtle, is most of us. We got this far. We did a lot of metabolic damage to our bodies because we jumped from this food plan to that food plan, never giving it more than an hour and a half chance. I have been on this diet for a whole 3 days and I haven't had my whoosh yet. I'm going to give it up. No, you're not. Stick with it. Older metabolisms are just slow on the take, right? It's going to take a while for your body to say, I'm thinking she means this time. This is 3.5 weeks longer than she ever gave any other diet that she pulled off the shelf or pulled off the internet to try. Maybe she's serious about this. Maybe. And, after 3.5 weeks, you might have some of those wonderful non-scale victories. I saw a picture the other day, must have been Facebook, where somebody weighs the exact same as they weighed when they began doing carnivore, but their whole body is transformed. They've got the female curves, they've got a flatter belly. You don't see a lot of the before extra, just that puffy extra stuff that we sometimes bring into it. And yet she weighs the same. So her body did a lot of recompositioning. Oh, it's 3:45 and I just said that word. Aren't you impressed? Yeah, I hope so. So that is how it goes for us. And excuse me, itchy nose, going to have a fight or kiss a fool. Is that how that goes? So that is the list. Yeah, we're a turtle because we've got that slow metabolism. We need to give it a chance. I always say the more fats and proteins and the less total carbs, the better off you will be if you're an older person. There's no other way to say it. It's so darn simple. Don't try to complicate it. Don't try to get away with something. Don't, make it your own, but pay attention. If you're having little num-nums on your plan, the scale's not moving, your body is not recompositioning, well, maybe, your frustration is warranted and you might want to give up something. So getting to that place of leaning out and feeling real good about where you're at is most helpful, right? Accepting the journey for what it is. Taking on something huge, like giving up sugar. And when you take something huge, sorry, it was just fun, like sugar, you're going to find that you need to be a pretty good label reader. A lot of us don't have things that have a lot of labels to go with them. Like my Keto unsweetened creamer is about the longest label that I have. There's nothing sweetened in it. They have hazelnut and vanilla and maple pumpkin flavors, but they have, now all I taste, since I gave up Zyla in my coffee, now all I taste is that foul, tinny taste in my mouth. It's either monk fruit or stevia or maybe a combination of both. But I really have lost my palate for my sweet coffee. And that was the last thing on the list that had anything. And Zyla is an alternative sugar. But I gave it up, and now I taste the sweet in the other things, and it's no longer appealing to me. I am definitely of the savory type. But I do add the Keto. I add ghee or coconut oil or brain octane from Bulletproof. Um, yeah, I got Dr. Bronner's coconut oil just for my coffee, kind of a treat at Whole Foods. It was on sale. And I get the Fourth and Heart ghee. I've got vanilla bean and the plain. I've got butter, like I said, my Kerrygold butter. And I've got the Super Omega creamer, and it's the pumpkin spice flavor. And I cut it with the coconut oil, mainly because it's $20 a bottle. So when I have my 14 grams of a fat in a coffee with that, it'll have half ghee or coconut oil. And so those are my 3 treats. I have 3 of them throughout the day. I'm an Uber driver. I get up at like 2 in the morning and I do my videos like I'm doing now. I answer comments. I just do stuff, get ready for the day, and turn the app on usually by 4:30. So it's 12:04. So I'm right on track. I like that. So yeah, it takes a while to do the video, but it takes even longer to answer the comments. And that has always been my goal, is to answer every post that I get. It's important. And I do put my private email address on too, if you're interested. I do accountability coaching, which is not so much what you're eating, is when you're eating and how much you're eating and how come you're eating. And no smackdowns. I gave up the smackdown swatter that Amy from Ketolicious gave me, but I still keep it for times. But I feel that being that second set of eyes looking at you, and most people know me as so structured and so disciplined, I could come across as boring. If you have a young metabolism and you bounce back from all the keto items, this channel might not be for you, because this is a channel for older people that have already played out their play out, right? You know, they've already had the keto stuff. They've already done all the keto products. They've already got a pantry full of half-used stuff, and where they treat it, and you know, everything is allowed keto-wise. And so they make casseroles that look just like standard American diet, and they can get away with it. Their metabolism is younger, and they can still lose 6 pounds in a month. We hate them. No, we don't. But, you know, we remember those days too. And when things change, things change. And every decade we lose a lot more of the revved up metabolism. So this food plan for me, mostly carnivore, works for me. Yes, I have the coffee. Yes, I have the fat in it. Yes, I have it. And I still consider myself intermittent fasting because I'm not eating in those 23 to 24 hours. Say what you want. You know, there's always going to be people that will, like, always, you know, autocorrect what you are doing and either admonish you or tell you that's not that. Good. Have at it. I don't care. This is the Carnivish part of my food program. And it, you know, the coffee with the fat in it, it maintains me. Is it a bump with the caffeine and the fat? Yeah, it is. And so I'm 69 and I do Uber full time. And trust me, there are days that I need it between traffic and luggage and things like that. And so I consider it part of what works for me. You know, I'm not a dry faster at all. And so other people do other things. They could be a different sex. They could be younger. They could even be older. Good for them. They're the snowflake. They have figured out what works for them. And it's great. You know, this is how we do it, right? So enough of me talking about me and my barnyard. It's a great program. We love being all of those things. It just gives definition to where we are with our program and what we're doing with our lives at that moment. And I'm so glad you're here. My address, Parker's Posey 28 at Gmail, is below if you're curious about being accountability coached. It's a great time. It's December 4th. And, you know, you got a dangerous few weeks ahead of you. maybe having somebody that just says, okay, you're having that. Any emotions surrounding that? Because Dr. Cyrus, as we know, says snacking is an emotional event. So are cocktail parties with appetizers, okay? and then sitting down and having the meal. I graduated from that lifestyle so long ago. I don't eat standing up. I sit down. If you're going to one of those parties and every appetizer looks great, have at it. Put them all over your plate and then make that your dinner when you sit down. Add a keto salad. Add more keto meat or carnivore meat at the dinner part. You can figure this out. It's great figuring it out. I have no regrets. I have no hunger cravings. I have no sugar cravings. I don't really have carb cravings. I don't even know what those are anymore. If anything, I miss a vegetable, but oh well, on Sunday I'll have a Brussels sprout. So this has been Sarah, Pearls of Wisdom and Food. I'm so glad you're here. We're in the thick of it with the holiday food. So look out for all those pushers. They're out there. And don't fall prey to them. You're bigger than that. You are. You're strong. You watch this every other day. You watch all the other places. You contribute to Facebook. You got this, sister and brother. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye for now.